children, today we are going to learn about occupations of the people in India. Do you know why people need to work? Let's find out. Each one of us has three basic needs. We need to eat food to stay alive and healthy. We need to wear the clothes to protect our bodies, and we need a house to live in. These things such as food, clothes and a house are bought with money. People go to work so that they can earn money and then they can buy things such as food, clothes and a house. Another word for work is occupation. An occupation helps a person earn money, and there are many different types of occupations. Since not everyone can do the same type of work, people choose an occupation depending on what they need and what work they can do.
Some people choose to work as farmers, some work as doctors, others work as engineers, some work as carpenters, some as barbers, and some as scientists. Even your teachers are working when they teach you. So, as you see, there are many different occupations. Occupations. We can divide occupations into three groups: main occupations, dependent occupations, that is depending on man occupations, and other occupations. Let us see some main occupations in India.
Main occupations include farming, rearing animals, fishing, working in forests and mining.
Farming. Farming or agriculture is the main occupation of the people who live in the villages in India. Do you know what work farmers do? Indian farmers grow many different crops like food grains, pulses, oil seeds, sugarcane, spices, tea, and fruits and vegetables. Farmers also grow jute and cotton from which cloth is made. Farmers even grow food for cattle on their farms. Like farming, rearing animals is another main occupation. Rearing animals. Animal rearing can be of three types: cattle farming, poultry farming, and wool farming. Cattle farming consists of rearing cattle like goats, cows, buffaloes, and bullocks. Some animals are reared for the work they can do for us. Others are reared for the food products that we can get from them.
Do you know which animals do work for us and which animals give us food products? Bullocks are used for plowing and drawing carts. Do you like to drink milk? Well, goats, cows and buffaloes give us milk. Rearing animals for milk is known as dairy farming.
Some people also like to eat eggs and meat. Therefore, some people work at rearing hens, ducks and geese for their meat and eggs. This is known as poultry farming. We all need warm clothes during winter. Therefore, some people work at rearing sheep for their wool. Sheep rearing is done in dry mountainous regions and it is known as wool farming. Fishing is another important occupation in our country. Can you guess where fishing is done? Well, since fish are found in the sea, fishing is the main occupation of the people who live along the coastal regions of India. Apart from its meat, we can get fish oil from fish. Even some medicines are made from different types of fish. Have you ever heard of the fish farm? Some people grow fish in fish tanks. This is known as fish farming.
Not every type of fish is found in all parts of the world. Yet, many people like to eat many types of fish. Therefore, when fish have to be sent to far-off places, they are placed in salt and put into tins. This helps the fish to stay fresh and not get spoiled. Working in forests. Another type of main occupation is working in forests. Do you know what work can be done in forests? In forests, People cut trees to get wood or collect gum, honey, rubber, and lark from the trees. The wood from trees is used to make many useful things. Can you name some things made from wood?
Furniture, packing boxes, matchsticks and matchboxes, paper and cardboard are all made from wood. Wood is also used to build homes. It is also used as a fuel. While wood is useful, we also need to protect our forests as birds and animals live in the forest. One way of saving these forests is to plant trees.
Did you know that trees are cut to make the paper you write on? If you waste paper, more trees will need to be cut down. Hence, we should use paper carefully. Another interesting occupation is mining. People who work in the mines are known as miners. These miners dig out minerals such as iron, coal, mica, manganese and petroleum from the earth.
Mining is an important occupation in the Indian states that are rich in these minerals. Jharkhand is one such state. Minerals are dug out from the earth and they are refined in big factories. Do you know how minerals are used? Some minerals such as iron are used to make metals. Others are used to make plastics, fuels and medicine. Metals are in turn used to make utensils, buckets, toys, pipes, machines, railway engines, bicycles, automobiles and many other things. Minerals are also used to make fuels such as petroleum. From petroleum we get petrol, diesel, plastics and medicines. Petrol and diesel is used as fuel to run cars and buses.
Now, let's look at some occupations that are dependent on main occupations. These are known as dependent occupations. Can you guess the occupations that depend on main occupations such as farming, fishing, and mule rearing and mining? One example of dependent occupation is the work done in a factory. Some factories take crops and make products out of them. Owning a factory or working in one is a form of dependent occupation. It is called a dependent occupation because it cannot survive without the main occupation, which in this case is farming.
Some factories depend on farming while other depends on mining. Cotton mills take the cotton grown in farms and make cloth out of them. Sugarcane is used to make sugar or jaggery, also known as gur. Jute fibers are used to make ropes and bags for packing. Do you know how to get tea and coffee? Tea leaves and coffee beans grown by farmers are used by tea and coffee powder. Oil seeds such as mustard and groundnut are used to make oil, which we use for cooking food. Minerals that are dug out of earth are refined in factories. Metals and plastics from minerals are made into useful things in a factory.
Now, let's look at some other occupations. These are postal, telecom, medical, travel, and entertainment services. People work to provide us these services. There are various other occupations. Let's look at what they are.
Photographer uses a film roll and camera to take photographs that are printed in magazines and newspapers. The tailor uses a sewing machine to stitch clothes. A journalist is a person who researches, writes and reports information to present in sources, conduct interviews, engage in research and make reports. An engine driver drives the train that carries people and goods from one place to another. A gardener looks after plants. To do this, Gardeners use spades and shovels. Can you guess what work is done by a scientist? A scientist studies about science and experiments to discover new things. Scientists use a microscope and other instruments in their work. A plumber fixes water taps and drainage pipes with his tools. Computer programmers apply the principle of engineering to the design, development, maintaining, testing and evaluation of the software and system that make computers or anything containing software work. An astronaut goes to space in a rocket. Do you know what a pilot does? A pilot flies an aeroplane with people and goods. An actor entertains us by acting in television serials and films. A cricketer plays matches for the country.
Now that you know about main, dependent and other occupations, think about what you want to be when you grow up. Children, today we learnt about the various occupations that we can take up in our country. Tomorrow, we will meet again to learn about a new session. Thank you.